Good morning and good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're watching. Obviously, watching from Mindset Mastery. Today, I want to talk to you about how to really break free from the self-sabotager that lives in your mind, that lives within you. What is that? That's the place where, that's the person inside of you that doesn't want you to actually create success or have the relationship that you want. This is the part of you that when you follow that voice, it leads you to the wrong place, the wrong job, the wrong situation with the person. And it's as if you're beating yourself up. You're causing problems in your life. That's what I want to talk to you about. Well, three things that happens in our mind that causes us to self-sabotage to thrive in our life. The very first thing is when we're blind to the existence of our self-sabotager. Blindness means that we are closed-minded to uh, figuring out that there is someone that lives within us that wants to self-sabotage us. So it's important to understand that when you're closed-minded to even having the existence of a self-sabotager within you, you are actually giving life to it. The second thing, we block advice from solutions. So when somebody gives you an advice, you are not listening, you're not obeying, you're basically doing it your own way. That's another sign that you're listening to the self-sabotager. So blocking advice, like I know for me, when I get direction from somebody that I hired to coach me and I don't follow through with it, I know that it's not me per se, but it's a self-sabotager living within me, not wanting me to follow through with the directions that I'm giving so I could get a breakthrough. Because a breakthrough for the self-sabotager is death to it. So blocking the advice, which is continuing disobedience, literally reinforces all my life's problem or your life's problem. Okay. The third thing that I believe that creates that self-sabotage to thrive in our life is believing in small thinking. When you believe in small thinking, you tend to settle. You settle for mediocre life. You settle for the excuses. You settle altogether. And you could tell because you're almost living a life with a low grade fever, meaning that you know you could do more. You know you're living below your potential, and you know you could strive to do more. You basically are creating a life where you live below your potential. And that right there is a sign of you listening to the self-sabotager. But so what can we actually do in order to break free from that? I think this is a daily thing. Every single point that I'm about to give you, three major points that I think if you do this, they'll be helping you to kind of be more aware of what's going on. The very first thing, you need to distinguish between the voice of the divine and the deceiver. You need to distinguish between the divine or the deceiving voice. There is a divine voice inside of you that calls you to do things, to strive, to do good things. When you want to resent someone, it's asking you in your mind, you say that's not the right thing. There is a distinction between that voice and the voice of deceit. The voice of deceit is the voice that's lying to you, telling you that, yes, you could hurt someone and get away with it. You could steal and get away with it. You could cheat and get away with it. It's always about getting away with something or not acknowledging or not honoring people. That's the voice of the deceiver and the destroyer. The second thing that you want to do, you want to develop a momentum of obedience of the divine voice. Divine voice for me is God. God, which is truth, which is love. That momentum of obedience will allow you to actually detect a lie, and it will actually allow you to be able to be determined and drive towards your destiny. So these are things, these are momentum is you must have it. It's just like disobedience has momentum that destroys you, obedience has momentum that drives you also. Okay, the last thing, this is a daily thing. You need to decide daily to live by design versus default. What do I mean by that? To live by design, that means that you are designing your life. You're not just waking up in the morning and going through the motion. You're not just checking out Netflix and having I'm not saying not to watch Netflix, but I'm saying you're literally waking up deciding what you're going to do versus by default, meaning that you're just going with the flow. And 90% of what we do is a habit. So the habits needs to be by design, not by default, because the world, everything around you will pull you to distraction. Distraction can be right there. I know for me, distraction is like there every single day to pull me a different direction. So you got to be able to have set goals to be driven by design versus default. And I believe that's how we're going to kind of build momentum to not listen to the self-sabotager and become more self-aware and listen to our true self, listen to the divine God within us that could lead us to our purpose and our destiny. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for listening. Please do comment. I do read all the comments. Thank you. Take care.